I think this is the point at which I say, oh dear, because we could be on course for our quickest ever sacking in head coach history. We have got 2 games today that, if they go against us, could well see us lose our job. The board aren't happy, the supporters aren't happy, but we've played all the top sides. This is the run of winnable games, and the wins have to come now. Simply have to. Yes, hello and welcome along to part 22 of the head coach with me, Daniel. We could today set a head coach record for our shortest ever stint at a club and our quickest ever sacking. But either way, it's not going particularly well at the moment. We're at the start of a very important run that we'd highlighted in the last episode. And although we've actually done a bit better than I expected in results, we aren't really that close at all. There is a 4-point gap to safety against the side we face today, and 7 points to the rest of the teams after that. So if you're looking forward to seeing how we get on and whether we can edge towards safety, then please do put a thumbs up on the video, subscribe for daily FM23 content. Who knows, if it goes wrong today, we could be job hunting in 2 days' time. But let's go and talk about all the reasons why and see what's been happening since you were last with me, because it's yet more bad news piled on top of more bad news. Let's start by having a look at the transfer news, because nobody's come in, but there was one thing I didn't realise last time out. On loan, we had Carl Alsop from Barnsley, a loan that expired in January. He is now back at his parent club and not featuring for us. That puts us down to 16 senior players again. And at the moment, there's just not enough. We've been playing 2 games most weeks. We've had a hectic schedule. We've been playing the top sides in the league, and it's gone awfully. Let's have a look at how we've been going since you were last here. And actually, the first 2 games were all right. You were with me for the 4 points out of 6 between Chesham and Chorley. We then beat Spennymoor to come out of the relegation zone. Hudlin and a Josh Walker brace off the bench saving the day. We then drew 3-3 at Telford, and again, a 3-goal lead slip from half time. We just had no legs left. Again, playing twice in the week, and by the second half, everyone's running on empty. I mean, in that game, as you can see from the lineups, we didn't even start the likes of Hudlin. We changed our plan. We then picked up another injury with Josh Walker. We haven't got a big enough squad. That showed in the 3 games after, as we lost to a late goal against Guiseley, got battered by Chester, the leaders, and Fylde did much the same. Hickinson and Jaden Smith scored, but they scored 5 when it was 0-0 at half time. So the big issues for us are, without doubt, fitness and second half performances, because we just haven't got the legs to hold on. Kyle Hudlin's great, but he can only really play 1 game every 2 weeks at full fitness. And when I look at the next 5 games, I know 3 of them are away from home, but look at the 5 teams we've got. We targeted this run. Blyth are 20th, Curzon Ashton are 15th, Brackley are 17th, we've got Buxton who are 21st, and Nuneaton who are 19th. If we win 3 or 4 of those games, we will probably be safe this year. If we don't win, and we don't win the first 2, we could be in big trouble, and I'll show you why in a moment. It is also amusing that every team in the relegation zone has the same goal difference. Just thought that was quite a hilarious stat, but it's significantly worse than any of the sides outside the bottom 4. That's a big problem for us, because it could yet be crucial. What could also be crucial is this. The board here are not patient at all. They are concerned at our lack of support. They're getting influenced by the fans. They're worried about our results against Chester, who are the top team in the league. And the one thing I'm a little bit surprised about here is that when we go to the sort of individual match stuff, so if you look before here, the expectations for the upcoming match, the board expectations and supporter ones before each game, we have not, in any of the last 6 or 7 games since you've been with me, failed on our objective. They've always expected to lose when we've been defeated, and we've actually outperformed it on a couple of games. So this one they only expect to draw, which is madness, because I'm targeting it for a win. But the reason they've been influenced down to a D rating for our manager performance is this. E for the supporter confidence, and I don't know why. Maybe they just don't understand the situation we're in, but surely you can see there's only 16 senior players. And I know we're down to 1 game a week now, as you can see. It might suit us a bit better. The only 2 midweek games are Nuneaton, which is after a 10-day break, and Kidderminster here, which we won't target at all. but we have got to pick up results. I genuinely believe that if we lose these 2 games today, I will be jobless at the end of the episode, because the rating can't go much lower without a big chat. There's been some media speculation and other stuff too, but when we've played the bottom half sides, we've generally done well. So today at home to Blyth, it is a relegation 6-pointer. Will the lads step up? We rested people in the second half against Fylde when it got to 2 or 3-0. And as a result, this is what we look like at the moment. We've lost our good relationship at centre-half because, of course, Allsop, who had been one of our best performers, has been recalled. I'm looking in the midfield. I've had a chat about Pinyoon with the parent club. They want us to play him holding midfield, which today I might well do. We'll go for a bit more aggressive at home, play Hart and Scales in the middle. And then I'm looking at the rest of the team and thinking, we're not that strong. I mean, even looking at the bench now, every single player is fit and we have still got a youth player on the bench. That's the position we're in. We're down to 15 players. We're really struggling to get a team together. And although everyone's fit for today, Kyle Hudlin's been hit and miss. His stamina and his fitness has been absolutely awful. You can see it there. He plays a game and then the next week he's still tired. And it's partly because he's not regularly training on that pay-as-you-play deal either. But we are a little bit short. So the lineup we've gone for today, there's only really Josh Walker, Tom Allen and Shannon on the bench that are capable of playing in this team. So we're choosing from 14, but the 11 we've gone for is Harry Fisk in goal, Amole and Falasse at the fullbacks with Ness and Allardyce as centre-half, Pinyoon, Hart, Scales and Hickinson the midfield diamond, with Hudlin and Smith up front. Can we get a fully fit Hudlin firing? Can we get Smith and Hickinson in the goals? And most importantly, can we shore up that defence? Because they're actually fit today and we need a win. So I'm going to go and do a few individual chats, try and build that morale up. And we'll be back for kickoff against Blyth. This is huge for my job and our survival chances. And here are the teams today. There are so many big names popping up in the National League North and South at the minute. It is a little bit bizarre. Unfortunately, we don't have many of them, but we've got our big striker back to fitness. So let's go and tell the lads to shut a few people up. We've got most of them motivated. We've got them on board. We get a win. We get the confidence rolling. We saw over the festive period what that can do. But we've got to do it regularly. And now we've got to run a winnable games. So let's cross our fingers. Let's get into the first half and just hope. It's not helping playing in Cambridge. It's not helping having no fan base. But a win's a win and we've got to get it. Well, 20 minutes on the clock. It's been a very poor start to this game as Pinyoon gets it from a throw on the right to Scales, into Hart. The youngster coming back into the team today finds Pinyoon. Back to Allardyce, the centre-half, who chips long. Why is Kyle Hudlin not up there? Target forward on attack. He's basically playing centre-mid. Don't understand what's going on as Collins gets it on the left-hand side. Goes back to Robinson. Chance to cross from deep into the back post. And Mole to Allardyce, who heads it straight back to Collins. It's not ideal. Gets the ball over again. Into the back post. Knight up. Into the arms of Fisk. That's our 6'2" centre-half playing at left-back who's lost 3 headers in a row. As Fisk clears long downfield. Hudlin is up. Knocks it down for Hickinson. That's the game plan. Into Smith. Brilliant finish on the counter. That is how we play. Hudlin gets on the end of a long ball. Knocks it down for the on-rushing number 10. And he slots it through to the poacher, who puts it away with aplomb. That is the sort of goal I want to be scoring. That's how we get out of trouble. Brilliant stuff. We just need to keep Hudlin up the pitch more often. As Robinson, on the left-hand side, finds Sam Collins. He's looked a threat so far. Don't let him score from the kick-off. Glenfield in. Good save, Fisk. He's largely been very good for us, in fairness. Corner kick now. Only a quarter of the game gone. And we're looking a little bit of trouble again. Lovely big fan base there in the crowd. As Graham puts the ball in. Headed away by Hudlin. Brilliant work defensively. Scully crosses blocked, by Hickinson. He can bring it away to Smith. Now can we counter and get a second? This is the type of game we need to turn up and save our job. And that sort of cross ain't helping, though. Hart will keep it in. On the left-hand side, cross is blocked. It's a corner kick. It's a hectic minute or two now. The game is coming to life. Can we find Kyle Hudlin with a corner? Hickinson takes to the back post. Who's up? Hudlin's up. Straight at the keeper. Oh, that was a good chance. Stays 1-0. How is it not another shot on target? It's been an even game, but we're nicking it at the moment. Don't forget, a win here would change everything. Put us within 1 point of safety as Hart breaks away after a good defensive challenge. Gets down the left, no one can catch him. Cuts back inside. has support, goes for a big switch of play to Falasse, finds Scales, support from Hudlin, goes himself, just over the bar, hit the woodwork on its way over too, and at half time, it's not been pretty, it's not been a great game, but I will take a run of 3 or 4 1-0s, don't you worry about that. We talked about the value of it yesterday in the other save, so let's go into the second half, keep up the good work, and hopefully, we just drop to cautious for 10 minutes, because I have seen in recent games, we've come out from half time and been awful. So I'm just going to sit on it until the hour mark, and then we'll go back to normal, try and press again. As we now reach the stage with about 20 to go, where I've got to look at fitness and I've got to look at changes. It's a constant problem for this side. So Shannon, he will come on in midfield. We're going to take off Scales and put Pinyoon into midfield. The defence is all over the shop, but without Allsop, we're very limited now. So the only man I can really bring on is Tom Allen, who is definitely a downgrade. And we've also got Josh Walker to come on in an attacking area, but he's the worst trainer at the club. But then Hudlin's knackered. The problem is, though, none of the other strikers are over 6 foot. So if you take Hudlin off, you lose the game plan. We've tried retraining defenders, but now we haven't got enough options there. It is a bit of a mess. As the ball's into Collins, it's just become even more of a mess. Because they've equalised, it's back to 4 points. And now, what do? We'll encourage, we'll go positive, but we've got to win. This is a game that if we don't win, we're in big trouble for our job. So we tend to go, let's make changes. Both centre-halves have been poor. Ness will come off for Allen. In fact, Allardyce can come off for Allen. And then up front, I don't want to take off Hudlin. I'm going to go Jaden Smith for Josh Walker. Gives us the fresh legs up there. He's come off the bench and saved us before this season. But he doesn't deserve a start because he doesn't train well. So what can we do with a free kick on the left? Hickinson into Hudlin. Kyle Hudlin again. I talked about him last episode. He is so crucial to us surviving. And at the moment, he's the match winner. He played a key role in the first goal. He scored the second. And with a minute plus stoppage time to go, the fullbacks will go to defend. I'm sorry, we're having to do the dirty. We're also going to go for right midfielder in Josh Walker. Maybe Hickinson off the left or one of them off each side. Just try and sit a little deeper for a couple of minutes. We'll put them as wingers on support. They're not going to do a great deal from there, but it's only for 3 minutes just to give us a tactical shape. Pinyoon can sit as a centre midfielder or deep line playmaker on support. Hart can sit as a Mazzala on support. And we're also going to go for time wasting. We're also going to slow the pace down when we get it. And we're also going to hold our shape. No need to counter at speed. Let's just make sure we hold on. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. We've dropped to defensive. We've got to hold on. And we do hold on. It was an ugly game. It was an even game. And we didn't deserve to win it. But Kyle Hudlin, the best performer. He's got a week to be wrapped up in cotton wool now. We are 1 point from safety. We're back in the mix. Now we've got to back it up and go on a run. Nice work, everyone. Well done on the win. You're going to have to play better than that, or we're in trouble. Here we go then. Despite winning another match, we were only expected to draw. The board and the fans both still hate us. Happy days, eh? We now go to face a Curzon Ashton side that, again, we're not expected to beat. But if we do, we might actually get out the relegation zone, which is going to be crucial. And it's just about building morale and confidence. We've got a week between matches. We're playing sides near us. But away from home, I think the Chesham game is the only one we've won. Since we've been here, it is. So you've seen it on camera. Hopefully we can make it 2 out of 2. Let's see how we get on. Curzon Ashton, the opponents. I'm hoping we can name exactly the same team here. We can. There's no need to make changes. So let's get straight into it. It's Curzon Ashton versus the mighty Peterborough Sports. Can we save our job, or are we going to be back in big relegation trouble? Well, not too many recognisable names in here again, but we have managed to name an unchanged side, which is unlike us in recent weeks. So we're keeping the lads on board to try and end the criticism, make a siege mentality of us against the world. Most of them are motivated, most of them have responded, and against a 4-2-3-1, the width could be a problem. But there's a few more fans at Curzon Ashton's ground. Let's see if they cheer them to victory, or we can spoil the party. As here they are early doors, throwing on the left-hand side. Only 5 or 6 minutes gone. Spooner goes in behind and Fisk will deal with that. It's a very poor ball. And based on what we've seen before, we've got to be strong in the first half, get ourselves a lead. Fisk goes long, Hudlin loses the header, and it falls for John in the centre circle. Diamande finds Maloney. It's some nice football here. They're definitely trying to play it a bit shorter overall, although that one's over the top and it's caused chaos. It's brought down by Moore on the right-hand side. Has support from Bell, crosses in, Middlemass unmarked. Falasse clears it off the line. Grant puts it down the line again. It's all the hosts at the moment, and the header goes into the arms of Fisk. We survive a dodgy minute, but we're getting outplayed, and now we're back with a corner at the other end. Can we nick one? Hudlin at the back post. Do never doubt that, man. Kyle Hudlin is in. He scores again. The celebrations are out. He's cupping his ears to the fans. And against the run of play, we nick the lead. It's the first shot on target we've managed. And Kyle Hudlin, he's done it again. As Maloney's got a corner at the other end, I need him to defend for us now. Allardyce heads away. John puts it over. It's still very tense because we're getting outclassed. All of the chances we're seeing are Curzon Ashton's, but we've got the goal. Now, can we build on it? That long ball's not going to help. I know we're trying to play more direct, but aim at target man is not just hoof it forward. They should actually be aiming for someone. At the moment, no success. And with a quarter of the game gone, we've still got the lead, but we have got no value for it, really. As Allardyce gets the ball at the back, I'd still be worried about losing this. I mean, we've been 3-up in some games as well and managed to throw it away, so don't get too excited. And Mole puts the ball into Scales. Back to Allardyce. He's going to go long, but will he find Hudlin? He doesn't. He goes short. Not following the instruction. This time he does. Hudlin flicks on for Smith. Beats the defender to it. Oh, he nearly set one up. Smith's got to score that. He's a good striker at this level and he's got to take those chances. We are on the front foot a bit more though now, as Falasse plays along. Dealt with by the defender. Back to his goalkeeper Renshaw. He clears long downfield, but Ness is up. Only as far as Marr and Maloney. More in the centre. Where's the defence gone? Ness has got caught out. No positioning at all. And Fisk has made a wonderful save. He's been really good for us in goal. But I don't think he's going to do enough. We're giving up too many chances. We're giving up too much possession. And we're giving up too much territory. As the corner comes in, the keeper comes. He holds it as well. He's been excellent. What a start. Half an hour gone. It's still 1-0. But my word, we do not deserve this. Corner kick for Hickinson. Stoppage time of the first half. Hits the woodwork from Hudlin. And Mole across goal. Somehow stays in play. Hickinson into him again. Headers at the keeper. I mean, set pieces are our only threat. But at half time, they've given us the lead. They've almost allowed us to double it. And we're just going to ask the lads, keep it up. Drop to a cautious mentality. We've talked about the reasons before. And let's just hope we can keep it tight. Half a game to go. 2 1-goal wins could be the most crucial thing we could ask for. As it stands, I think we're out the relegation zone. Let's have a quick look at the other results. Yes, we are. Please, hold on. As Renshaw's back with a goal kick for the host. It's been a quiet start to this second half, but again, such a gap between our centre halves as Ness gives it up towards Hudlin. Again overhit. Smith will chase but doesn't get there. Billam goes right. I'm not really sure what our defence is doing here. Because the centre halves are getting dragged all over the place, out of shape. But that clearance has found Hudlin. Now we can counter. Hickinson makes the run. He's got to find one of them. Oh, he's been forced wide. Hudlin turns back. Inside to Pignoon. Does well. Chips into Smith. 1-on-1. Great finish first time. He's onside as well. It's 2-0. It's 2 counter-attacks. It's wonderful stuff. Hudlin holds the ball up. Brilliant target man play again. And this time we're starting to deserve it. As Allardyce getting us on top. I am looking at this cautious mentality away from home and thinking, is it the way to go perhaps? Because it does make us look a little more solid. As Luca Ness, I nearly called him Jamie there, the old centre midfielder, has given the ball away. Oh, it's such a poor goal. Every goal we concede virtually is an individual error. Ness there had the ball with no pressure on halfway. Not only did he miscontrol it, he had a second chance and he still made a cock-up of it. We're 2-1 up. There's 15 to go. Hudlin's knackered. The defence is knackered. I don't know what to do. We've got a corner kick. If we score this, we'll make some changes. Hickinson takes it an outswinger. Hudlin's up. Head's just over. Stays 2-1. Let's make the changes because Mole's on a yellow. I'm going to bring Allen on for him. Shannon is someone we'd like to bring on too. He'll come on for Taylor Hart. He will go into the holding role. Pignoon into centre mid. Here we are, straight from the goal kick though with Curzon Ashton. Long ball down the right to Bell. Good first touch that actually. And he'll have the pace on Allen to substitute as Diamande goes over the top. And again, we're caught out of shape chasing the ball. Verlasse heads up as far as Allen. He nods away towards Hickinson. It's just pinball back there as Shannon finds Scales. Up to Pignoon. Has support but goes long over the top. Why are they aiming for Smith instead of Hudlin? They're ignoring the instruction again as Spooner brings the ball forward. I mean, this is not about performances now. We haven't got that quality. It is all about getting over the line with results. We can worry about a style of play next year if we keep our job and keep them up. As Smith on the right-hand side. Ball in. Oh, Renshaw's dropped it. It's a massive howler. And Hickinson taps in. Oh, the goalkeeper's kept us up, has he? What? It's been ruled out for offside. The goalkeeper palmed it down. What is going on back there? I've got to watch all of this. I don't want to see the whole highlight again. Can I skip forward a little bit? I don't think I can. Seeing that offside goal, we did not need the 30 seconds before it. But when we got to that position, it was a really strange one to watch. And apologies that it is a long replay. This is why we don't have many on. But the goalkeeper made an absolute hash of it. And I don't quite understand how on earth he's got away with that. Maybe it was offside from the initial cross, but surely that was a little bit too early on. Geez, how long was this highlight? Do we need to see the whole thing again? So Smith on the right-hand side. I'm looking at Hickinson. Here's the right back. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe he was, but I mean, offside shouldn't count when the keeper's doing that. Jeez. Letter of the law again letting us down. I'm not sure it was offside from the cross either. 8 minutes to go. Smith off, Walker on. Just some fresh legs up front. And we'll encourage the lads. We might have to go time wasting again because 2 1-goal wins with Blyth drawing and dropping into the relegation zone would be absolutely pivotal. Let's get to the tactics. Let's go to slow it down. Let's go to be more disciplined. We're going to make sure we time waste and hold our shape. We're also going to make sure our fullbacks hopefully don't get caught too far forward. Not that they listen most of the time. And then do I do the wingers again? I think we do. Walker out on the left, Hickinson out on the right. Let's just leave it like that. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. We're going to cling on again. 2-1 to the Peterborough Sports is the chant over here. It's not a deserved win. It was a level game, but we've nicked it. And that's absolutely crucial. Let's tell the lads it was nice work. Let's go and get through to the schedule. And let's see when we're going to be back and confirm that we're outside the drop zone. Surely our confidence goes up then. There is your confirmation. We are outside the drop zone. Escape is the right word. Hudlin inspires Peterborough Sports is definitely the right word. This man might save us, and the director of football takes credit if that happens. Let's go and have a look at the schedule for when we're going to be back via the confidence screens. Are there any differences at the moment? Up to C. There we go. Supporters up to C+, you fickle bunch. Let's go and have a look at what we're going to do next. We are going to be back. Oh, we've got Braintree away at the end of March. They're 23rd, I think. But we might be away from them by then because that's an 8-point gap. And we have got this run of winnable games coming up, largely for the next month and a half or so. So we'll be back at some point between mid-March and mid-April. It's going to depend on roughly where we are, what sort of results we get and what teams are around us. Because if we have a look upwards from now, something we've not often been able to do, up to 15th place Alfreton is so tight. 6 points separate 15th and 22nd. And 2 of those sides are going to go down. That's going to be the tricky bit here. Due to the ground share and playing the games around Cambridge United's schedule, we have played more games than anyone else in the league. So it's not entirely in our hands yet. But we've got some big games coming up. And I'm hopeful with this run of fixtures now, we can start to pick up some results. As long as Kyle Hudlin doesn't get injured, I think we've got a chance of staying up now. If you want to find out though, and you did enjoy this episode, 2 very tense victories, please do put a thumbs up on it. Maybe I've got to show the games on camera because look, bar those first 2 games that I showed you live, all of our defeats have come off camera and all of our victories, bar 1, have come on it. So maybe I'm going to show you some more. If we go on a little bad run now, we might just have to live stream the rest of the season. Make sure we get safe. But for now, I think our job is secure. I think we've got a good chance. If you're looking forward to seeing if we can back it up, and subscribe and turn that notification bell on for daily FM23 content. Keep your eyes peeled for some new guides and top 3 soon as well. But thank you for watching as always. I'll put the Builder Nation above my head now. And I'll see you back here in a couple of days' time to find out if we're still outside the relegation zone.